been using a certain strategy to close more trade deals, so let me run you through how this trade went down. So basically, someone reached out saying that he wanted to trade in these 3 watches: his Black Milgauss, his Blue Vacheron Overseas Chrono, his Two-Tone Sea Dweller. What he wanted to get was this Vacheron Overseas Rose Gold Green Dial, which is a watch we didn't have in stock at the moment. So I'll run you through how we made this trade deal happen to make it less stressful for both parties involved. In the past, I might try to put values on all of the watches he's trading in, quote him how much I can get him one of these for, and then that is the number. But the problem with that is, one, I'm having to stock all 3 of his watches at a price that feels comfortable for us, and I'm having to quote him on the watch that he wants the best price I can find in that very moment. And 9 out of 10 times that ends up being too expensive for the customer. So the way that we structure it now, and what's been working better for us, is I tell this guy, hey, send me all 3 of your watches in on consignment. I'm going to charge you an 8% consignment rate, and during the process of selling these watches, I'm gonna look for the best deal I can on one of these. So that way, I'm able to sell his watches for top dollar and pay him out top dollar for it. But also, I'm not in a rush to find him this watch. I can take several weeks or however long it takes to actually find a fair deal on one of these. So the difference between these 2 deals is, the first way I explained it would definitely cost him several $1,000s more. However, he would get the brand new Vacheron he wants immediately. Whereas the second way is going to save him several $1,000s. He'll have to wait several weeks before he gets the watch that he wants. But again, these are just watches that are bought for leisure, and most people are willing to wait several weeks to save several $1,000s, which of course this customer was okay with that. And in the end, we were able to get him what he wanted. So the one thing I'll say about this deal is I ended up finding a great deal on this piece prior to selling all 3 of his watches. We only got 1 of them sold so far. But what I said to him is, hey, if you don't want to wait for me to sell all 3 of your watches and you want this one right away, then I'll give you some upfront trade credit. The watches that are still on consignment are these 2 pieces, which we're still only going to charge him an 8% fee to sell. But to bring down how much he has to put out of pocket, I said, hey, upfront, I'll give you $15,000 for the Sea Dweller. I'll give you $23,000 for this Vacheron, because I know with my eyes closed, they're worth more than that. And then later on, once they sell, I'll owe him the rest of the balance. But yeah, this trade structure has been working really well for us. We're able to close more deals, get better end results for our customers financially. And of course, there has to be a lot of trust for something like this to work between us and the customer. But thankfully, our customers have been trusting us to execute on something like this.